That was our Books for Africa warehouse band coming to us from Atlanta. Didn't they do a great job? Hello, I'm Joni Sussman, the president of the board of Books for Africa. I'm coming to you and extending a warm welcome from our Books for Africa warehouse here in St. Paul, Minnesota. This is a global celebration, and I extend my regards to all of our supporters all around the world. This event is a celebration of shipping our 50 millionth book to Africa. Can you imagine how many children have pulled those 50 million books off of library shelves or tucked them into their book bags to take home and share with siblings? I know that in the last 5 months, the students who have been out of school due to COVID-19 have been able to read and remain engaged because of the books you've packed, the shipments you've sponsored, and the connections you've brought to Books for Africa. Thank you for your immense contributions over the last 32 years.
Hi, this is Pat Polonsky. I'm the Executive Director of Books for Africa. Happy to be here in our Atlanta warehouse in Atlanta, Georgia. Books for Africa is happy that we have sent 50 million books to Africa, or we will very shortly. And thank you everyone for your help in this effort. We have also sent 3 million digital books. And so thanks everyone for being part of this celebration. It's my honor to introduce to you our board member here in Atlanta, Fatima Mba, who is not only a fabulous board member, but a container captain, has raised a lot of money to send a lot of books to Cameroon and other countries in Africa.
Yes. Thank you, Pat, again. Congratulations on the job well done. I know this has been a long time in the making to be able to achieve that feat. 50 million books. I started this journey with you about 5 years ago. Since then, I've managed to send a whole bunch of containers to Africa, and the one impact that I've seen from these containers right off the bat was every time I delivered a container, the following year I got calls saying how the grades improved dramatically just from year to year, from when the books arrived to the next year. Schools producing the #1 and 2 kids in the region. So that's the impact, just a little bit of the impact that we've had from collaborating Books for Africa, being on the board, being a container captain. And as you can see, we're here at our warehouse in Atlanta. Pat flew down to spend some time with us, and we're encouraging you to join us in raising more funds as we ship more containers.
Awesome. Let's get the next 50 million going.
50 million.
Hey, Keith Ellison here, Attorney General for the state of Minnesota. Congratulations to Books for Africa. 50 million books. This is an amazing achievement. Thank all of you who volunteer, who work, who donate. Let's get 50 million more.
I'm Alpha Mohamed Samora. Congratulations to Books for Africa on shipping your 50 million books. This is my Mac e-reader, which I use every day to enhance my care of patients and improve my clinical profession or my clinical knowledge. Together, we will come through COVID-19. Thank you for continuing your mission.
Hey, I'm Tom Worth. I'm the founder of Books for Africa. I've just walked 60 miles from Taylor's Falls carrying this book. This is the 50 millionth book donated to the children of Africa. And from here, it's going to Atlanta and then on to the children in Ghana. So, without your help, it wouldn't have happened. But we need to do more. There are so many children without books in Africa. We must do more. Please help us. Please bid on some of these auction items. Give us a contribution. Volunteer. Give books. Whatever you can do, please, please. The children of Africa are growing up with no books now. You can help.
Books and education help change our thinking.
I made my dreams come true because of the books that I read.
A book creates hope, creates opportunity. You get to see the world in a way you've never seen it before.
The name, Books for Africa, it's self-explanatory. It's a simple organization doing a simple thing, sending books.
This is the 50 millionth book donated to the children of Africa. I'm going to carry it by walking the first 60 miles of its journey. 32 years ago, I visited a library in Jinja, Uganda, and we sent them a few books. And look what's happened since. Incredible.
If you can put a book in the hands of a child now, in a short time, that child is going to become a leader of something.
I know exactly what a book famine is. I grew up living it, and I still have that memory while at school at Forodhani Secondary School, like really dying to get the books.
The mission is that of empowerment. You know, so the old adage about teaching a man to fish or giving him fish. Books for Africa teaches people to fish.
Books for Africa have contributed immensely to the development of this country.
We've already sent books to every single country in the continent, which is quite an achievement.
We want more books to send, and then we want the specific kinds of books that are wanted by our recipients in Africa. We have seen a demand for digital books and computers, so we've provided those. We've talked about custom printing of books in local languages.
I see the importance of Books for Africa being an opportunity to connect communities, to connect knowledge, and to unleash the potential that we have amongst the young people.
Dreams are equal opportunity gifts. Everybody can dream, right? So we need to make sure that people have resources so that they can live out their dreams and live out their potential, because we all miss out for all these kids and what they can become.
Here's the 50 millionth book. Isn't that something? Going to Ghana. 50 million books have crossed through this warehouse.
And I hope that I will end the book famine in my lifetime, so I can see and say, hey, we did it.
I'm here with our youngest container captains today. They just moved from where?
Nigeria.
And what's the name of your group?
Child to Child Book Foundation.
What made you want to send books back to Nigeria?
Back when we lived in Nigeria, we realized how hard it was for us to get an access to a diverse plethora of books. Our parents would always have to get the books from abroad through family and friends. So if it was hard for us, people who had the money able to go to even private schools, and it's going to be so much harder for people who are less fortunate than us to access these books. So we want to make it easier on them, and we want to give them the books necessary so that they are able to read and experience the joy of reading, just like we did when we were children. Our book foundation is called Child to Child Book Foundation because we are children giving books to other children, and we are trying to give them the same opportunities that our parents gave us. But since they are, like Azara said, less fortunate, we want to make it easier for them by providing them with the books, giving it to local libraries and even orphanages, schools. We're trying to make it easier for them.
So if they can do it, you can do it.
As a child growing up in Africa, I realized very, very often that we didn't have textbooks, we didn't have libraries, we didn't have anywhere to find a good book to read. But Books for Africa is changing that particular scenario, and our kids in Africa are learning through these wonderful books. Thank you so much for your support for Books for Africa, and continue supporting them. And Books for Africa, we wish you another wonderful big milestone of 100 million books coming up soon. So thank you so much. God bless, and see you soon.
Hello to our Books for Africa supporters around the globe. I'm Sharon Sells-Belton, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and Alliances at Thomson Reuters. I also served as the mayor of Minneapolis from 1994 to 2001. I'm here this evening to congratulate Books for Africa on shipping the 50 millionth book this year. Now that deserves a round of applause, and I hope you'll join me in giving them one. Now, Thomson Reuters has now provided 109 law libraries that have been shipped to 23 different African countries. We are so proud to join this vast number of you who are book donors, warehouse volunteers, financial donors, container captains, and African recipients in our shared mission of providing access to information and to education. It is my esteemed honor this evening to introduce to you this celebration's keynote speaker. I am proud to introduce to you His Excellency, Dr. Barfour Ajay Bowaya. He is the ambassador of Ghana to the United States. Dr. Ajay Bawaya is committed to the economic development of his country. He places emphasis on social justice and inclusion, as well as a fairer formula for international relations. It is fitting, therefore, that Kofi Loves Music, the 50 millionth book shipped by Books for Africa, has been delivered to Ghana. Thomson Reuters is also sponsoring a container shipment to Ghana in honor of His Excellency's visit. This will also include a law library for a women's legal organization and more copies of Kofi Loves Music. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you His Excellency.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this virtual meeting. As you would all be aware, the original intent was for us to get together in Minnesota to celebrate the work that Books for Africa has been doing. And this time in particular, we were going to celebrate a milestone in terms of the fact that Books for Africa has shipped 50 million books to all kinds of countries on the African continent. And I'm proud to say that the 50 millionth book is going to Ghana, a book with a rather very interesting name of Kofi Loves Music. We on the continent are very grateful for the work that Books for Africa has been doing, because one ought to always keep in mind the fact that a lot of people can reject a lot of items, but a book is basically one of those items that nobody ever refuses to take. And I believe that for all those of you who donate books, for those of you who sponsor the exportation of the books, and for those of you who volunteer even to sort out the books, you will never have an idea of the kind of job that you've been doing until probably you see a smiling face with a book donated by Books for Africa. I have been to the warehouse of Books for Africa in Atlanta, Georgia, looking at the collection there, looking at the people who work there and how heavy their schedule is, looking at even the sheer number of packages of books that are awaiting shipment. You have to actually recognize the effort that Books for Africa has been making towards the imparting of knowledge and whatnot on the African continent. We have to, maybe quickly recognize again the fact that maybe the books are not necessarily going to educate people, because you have to have an assumption that before people could read the book, they would be reasonably educated enough at least to be able to read. But then the import is expanding the knowledge, expanding the exposure of people through books, building interconnections through books. And this is where one has to admire the work that Books for Africa has undertaken over the years. We in Ghana have benefited quite a lot from what Books for Africa does, and we know what Books for Africa means to us. And even I personally am benefiting in the sense that Books for Africa is supporting me in putting together a library for a girls' secondary school that I'm developing. And I'm very grateful and I'm very appreciative of this support from Books for Africa. It is not going to be possible to actually thank the organization for what it has been doing and for what it is doing and for what I hope is continuing to do. But it is important, really, to register the fact that in the course of all this, there are people who donate. There are people who volunteer their time. There are people who actually do a lot physically to ensure that the books arrive at their destinations in good shape, and also for the fact that even if you never recognized anything at all, you can imagine in your mind's eye what a facial expression a child or an adult or any reader would have when the person receives some kind of a book donated to them through your efforts. I'm essentially just mentioning the fact that we are always going to be appreciative of what Books for Africa is doing. And I hope and I expect that this is going to continue for some period of time, if not forever. But considering the fact that books are basically forever, I expect that this organization is going to have the kind of longevity it deserves to be able to serve the millions of people on our continent who would always benefit having a certain kind of volume to look at. On behalf of Ghana, on behalf of the various countries on the African continent, and on behalf of anybody anywhere who has benefited and may continue to benefit from what is it that Books for Africa does, I just want to say thank you. And I do hope that the relationship will grow. And it is a beautiful relationship, and we would want to keep it that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for such a wonderful presentation. We're all delighted to be here for a wonderful organization, Books for Africa. Now we're headed into the highlight of the evening, the part of the program that I am most excited about, and that's the auction. And I am delighted this evening to be here with my very good friend, Glenn Blatterbo. And Glenn and I are gonna run this show tonight, and you're gonna have a good time. Hey, Glenn, how are you?
I am great. Sharon, I am delighted to be with you. And thank you, everyone, for rallying and gathering at home. This is a big deal. We're celebrating our 50 millionth book, our 50 millionth. And Sharon, I will say one thing to you personally. I have fallen in love with this organization. I have 2 little girls myself. I have seen the joy that books bring to them. And we want to offer a sincere thank you to everyone for all that you've done over many decades of support. Sharon, by the way, you and I are going to have fun with this. We're going to profile our 5 signature items. You can bid till 8:30 p.m. tonight. So every time you bid, you're making a huge difference. The bidding closes at 8:30 Central Standard Time. The one thing I do want to say to you, Sharon, you and I have been at hundreds of nonprofit events, and you love to bid on auctions. You absolutely love it. So I'm a little sad that you're sitting here and you can't bid. But everyone at home, get your bidding fingers ready. We are ready to go. I'm going to hit the highlights, and Sharon's going to add some color about these items. Sharon, our first item, you and I just talked about this, really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is a trip to Africa. So you will be joined by Tom Worth, our founder, of course, and Pat Plonsky, our executive director. It is for one person, 4 days. Airfare is included. There's an embassy tour included, a dinner. It's a remarkable item. You can use this in 2021 or 2022. Sharon, it's a remarkable opportunity.
And Glenn, I can't tell you how sad I am to be not on the other side of the table bidding on this item, because I've always wanted to go to Africa with Books for Africa. And why them? Because they know the country, they know the people, they know the community. And when you go on a trip with somebody like Tom, you're going to meet everyone. The food's going to be fabulous. The sightseeing is going to be amazing. This is a trip that you really want to bid on.
Absolutely. And by the way, the more you bid, the more fun you will have. So bid super, super high. And by the way, if you want to include it for 2 people, you can also purchase another airline ticket and make it for 2 people. Have fun bidding on our trip to Africa. Again, you can use it anytime in 2021, or we'll work with you into 2022 if need be. Our second item tonight, you've actually done this before, the Rolls Royce. Tom Worth, our founder, owns a Rolls Royce. He's going to pick you and another guest up here in the Twin Cities. He's going to take you to the University Club in St. Paul, which is where the organization was founded. It's a great item.
It's a wonderful item. Now, you're right. I have been in this Rolls Royce, and I will tell you, from the moment I stepped foot into it, I felt like I was a princess, right? And I stood by the window, and I was waving as if I were the queen, not just the princess this time, but the queen. So I'm going to tell you, it's the smoothest ride ever. You'll remember every minute of it, and you'll want to take a picture of yourself when you get out of it, because your friends won't believe that you are actually riding in a Rolls Royce.
All right, everybody, have fun bidding on item number 2. Item number 3, Sharon, you and I have commented about this. One of the strongest items that we see at these nonprofit events is an in-home dinner. So we have an in-home dinner delivered to your house here in Minnesota from Afro Deli, which is one of the leading restaurants, of course, in the Twin Cities. It's a remarkable item. Matter of fact, he's just stopped in here, brought his sambusa. It's a remarkable gift. I think you know a fair amount about the restaurant.
Well, let me just tell you this. I have actually ordered sambuca and a lot of other things on the Afro Deli menu because this is a fabulous restaurant. I've ordered this food and the sambucas in particular for business meetings that I've had. When I've had dinner parties at my house and I didn't want to make the hors d'oeuvres, I would just call up Afro Deli and go pick up the hors d'oeuvres, and people thought that I made them myself. Now, I never claimed that because, number one, they're delicious and nobody would believe me. But you really want to serve these sambucas at your party to your family and to all your friends. They are yummy. I'm telling you, yummy.
And a big shout out to Tammy Follett, who's one of our live auction bidders. Tam, you can bid really high right now on the Afro Deli dinner. And a huge thank you to Afro Deli for doing this, for the restaurant, for their support. They're also very strong believers in our mission and support our work. A huge thank you to them. Our fourth item tonight, this is a great item, a very interesting item. This is a Zoom call with David Robinson. His father was Jackie Robinson, the famed baseball player, of course. He lives in Tanzania. He's a coffee grower. He's going to do a Zoom call to tell you about his operation in Tanzania, and you're going to get coffee delivered once a month for an entire year. It's a remarkable item.
Oh, you know, David is just wonderful. Now, I never got a chance to meet him personally, but I met him through a video. Because Books for Africa actually took a group of people to Tanzania, and they had this wonderful parade in the community where David lives. He's a remarkable man, and he's doing incredible work in Tanzania, and you want to try his coffee too. Now, I will tell you, I had a sip of this, yummy, and you want to start your day with a cup of coffee from Tanzania.
It's a remarkable gift. A huge thank you to the family and David for that contribution. Our final item tonight, it wouldn't be a Books for Africa event if we didn't sell some books.
Absolutely.
We have to sell some books. And so, matter of fact, our friends in Atlanta, and a huge shout out to all the people joining us across the country tonight. Mayor, we have a huge contingency of supporters in Atlanta that are watching tonight. The Atlanta group put together a package. It's the President's Package, a very unique package. Former President Jimmy Carter signed one of our books.
Oh my goodness. First of all, when Pat told us that we had some specialty items like these books, I had to come over there and see for myself. And so you've got this book, White House Diary, with an autograph of Jimmy Carter. His real autograph. It was fantastic. And then there's a book about the death of John F. Kennedy, and tells the whole historical story with pictures and everything. And then, of course, there's a book that talks about the history of Abraham Lincoln, one of our nation's most noted presidents. You'll want to have these books in your collection. And then for those of you who just really like classical novels, I've got something here from Dickens and so many other just popular authors that you absolutely want to have every one of these books. In fact, both packets of this offering in your personal library collection.
So if you bid on the coffee, you're going to need a book to read when you're drinking the coffee. Finally, Sharon, we have a huge surprise item. This is a great item. Dustin and Nicole Holland have given us their place in North Carolina. It's a remarkable opportunity. This home is nestled in the foothills of Bat Cave, North Carolina. The Diamond Falls Preserve is home to a luxurious yet unassuming mountain lodge located on 175 acres. It's 175 acres, Sharon. It sleeps up to 20 guests, a very unique and rare trip. Have fun bidding on our surprise trip to North Carolina. These are just a few of the many items up for auction tonight, so please go to our website, our auction site. You can take a look and bid generously. Thank you everyone for participating in our auction. It's open till 8:30 Central Standard Time. Every time you bid, you're making a difference. For every dollar that we raise, we can send 2 books to Africa. Lastly, Sharon, thank you for your support, for co-hosting. We are having a great time tonight. We're going to do really well as a community. It is so fun to work with you.
Can I just tell you, Glenn, you are absolutely my most favorite auctioneer. And you're right, I can't step into a gala without spending thousands of dollars because you're there, because you care deeply about our community and all of these causes, and it comes through in the fine work that you do. So thank you so much for choosing to work with Books for Africa and helping us to ensure that we have a very successful evening.
Have fun bidding, everybody.
Have fun.
Aphrodite is a proud supporter of Books for Africa. Make sure you bid and donate a lot of money to Books for Africa. They are a great organization, and I will be supporting for the coming years.
Hey, happy to be here in the Books for Africa Atlanta warehouse with Perry Mitchell, who has been a tremendous donor. He's here sorting books in our warehouse today, and some of the additional books that we're going to get to 50 million through help with people like Perry. And Perry, I know you have worked on a project in Burkina Faso with Amnesty International. Right. Thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you. My wife and I, Pam, are big volunteer members of Amnesty International, donors. So we had the idea of putting Amnesty International together with Books for Africa, because our money for Amnesty International goes to women and girls education programs. So we made it happen, thanks to Aaron Yates a lot up in Minnesota too. And we got we got a whole shipment container to Burkina Faso, went to 7 schools. Wow. They were so happy, and we were happy to do it.
There's a story behind every container, behind every book that goes to Africa. There's a story like this of how it happened. Yep. So there's always somebody making it happen. So thank you, Perry, and thank you to all of our donors for making this happen and getting those 50 million books to every single country in Africa.
Right on.
We also want to recognize our 2020 Books for Africa Award recipients. The Kilimanjaro Society Award goes to Kim Harms, as well as to Perry Mitchell and Pam Woodley. The Container Captain Award is presented to Lamine Diba. The Volunteer Award is presented to Grung Book Pol. And the inaugural Legacy Award is given to Henry Brommelkamp. Congratulations to all of our recipients.
Thanks, Books for Africa, for the honors and respect for the award.
An event like this wouldn't be possible without our wonderful supporters and sponsors. I'd like to acknowledge the sponsors of Books for Africa's 50 millionth book celebration. Our platinum sponsor is Thomson Reuters. Our silver sponsors are Bremer Bank, Vector Logistics, and Zepp. Our bronze sponsor is Lerner Publishing. Our match sponsor is Out of Print. Out of Print is matching all donations towards container projects during the month of September. Our event sponsor is PSI, and our media partner is Mishale. In-kind sponsors are Heyman Productions, who produced our 50 millionth book video, Artika Tyner, who authored Kofi Loves Music, and the number of companies you see featured on our auction page. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Adrian. I'm here with Enrique. We are with Vector Global Logistics here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're at the Books for Africa warehouse in Atlanta, helping to celebrate the 50 millionth book to Africa for Books for Africa. An incredible achievement. We're so proud to be a part of that. We are a vendor for Books for Africa and love being a part of their family.
We've been working with Books for Africa for a couple of years now, and we enjoy the positive drive and emotion that they put to everything they do. Like shipping 50 million books is unbelievable. It's incredible. We're really humbled and happy to be part of this very amazing milestone. Congratulations to Books for Africa, to the entire team. It's a pleasure working with you guys. Keep it up.
Hello everyone at Books for Africa. Books change you. They affect you. So remember, keep reading, keep delivering those over 50 million for sure that you've delivered. That is remarkable. And I'm so proud to say that I know you. You're doing great work. Keep it up. Bye, you guys.
My friends, this is the moment. This is the moment right now that we can make the greatest difference. Tonight, as we celebrate our 50 millionth book being delivered, our goal is to begin work on the next 50 million. And our goal specifically with this event across the nation tonight is to see if we can raise $100,000 or even perhaps raise $150,000. For every dollar given, it means 2 books that can be delivered. So we may reach 300,000 books being delivered because of this virtual event. And to kick us off tonight, listen to this, everyone. We have 2 donors who have contributed container match sponsorships. Frank Babka has pledged $15,000 to sponsor a second container for the first person or team to pay for a container shipment. A huge thank you to Frank and his family for that gift. The Dr. LaChapelle Family Charitable Foundation has pledged $10,000 for the second person or team to pay for a container shipment. Thank you to that family, a remarkable gift of $10,000. And we have some valued donors who have pledged leadership gifts of $5,000 or more in celebration of this event tonight. A huge thank you to Vincent Barton for the Susan Barton Memorial Libraries, Ingrid Culpin family for the Luann Nyberg Memorial Libraries, and a thank you to Catherine Meyer for the Girls Empowerment Collections, remarkable gift. And Jesse Oakey and Mary Harrington for the Kofi Annan Memorial Library, Dick Simpson for Sierra Leone, and Tom Worth and the 50 millionth book walking team. Thank you to all of those families and all of those gifts. My friends, we can rally right now as a community. Let's see together if we can raise $150,000 with this event. Take a moment right now and make a donation or go to the donate box. Every gift matters. We are so appreciative for all that you're doing.
Hi, my name is Ingrid Culp. On behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to congratulate Books for Africa on shipping its 50 millionth book. That is amazing. We are so proud of the work of Books for Africa. I'd like to share with you today that my family and I, my husband and 3 kids, are honored to make a leadership gift of $5,000 in honor of my mom, my kiddos' grandma, and the recent board chair of Books for Africa, Luann Nyberg. She was devoted to social justice and girls' empowerment, and thrilled and motivated and inspired by the work of Books for Africa. Have a wonderful celebration. Thank you.
Hey there everyone, CBS News national correspondent Errol Barnett here, sending my sincerest congratulations to everybody at Books for Africa for sending 50 million books to the continent, which is truly an incredible feat and absolutely phenomenal. This is one of my favorite books. It's a collection of essays from James Baldwin, edited by the one and only Toni Morrison, because I think it's really important we understand the trials and tribulations of those who came before us so that we can really bring about change in the months, years, and decades ahead. And speaking of, I wish all of you the best in this continued effort. Well done.
Hi, I'm Danica. And it's Danielle. And we are from the 9 Miles Project in South Africa. We just want to wish Books for Africa a congratulations on shipping their 50 millionth book. We are super excited to put the books and computers to use in our new learning center. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for our celebration of our 50 millionth book to Africa. We appreciate your support. Please donate generously. Our St. Paul Warehouse Band will take us home.
All right, let's go live. All these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been. How I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything if you got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. Oh, it's true. I was made for you. might come back, don't you just can't tell. If that girl, she runs out of luck, I'm gonna ride right up and get her in my truck. She going to the city, she don't know where to turn. She got one foot in New York, one foot in the Bible.
Just a quick change, so it's E A E A E B A E.
Got that?
So okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. She's a witch, trouble
strange blue to what's inside of you. Started rolling down that lost highway ticket. Don't start to rambling around. Take my advice, or you're sorrow bound. Just like me, you'll rue the day. Start rolling down that lost highway. Take it time. Just